Never trust anyone who says investing is complicated. They're either trying to sell you something, or they just don't get it themselves. Here's the truth no one tells you. Getting rich can actually be simple. Not fast, not flashy, but simple. And in this video, I'm breaking down the book that proves it. The Simple Path to Wealth by J.L. Collins. It's not some motivational fluff. It's the step-by-step roadmap for building wealth the boring, safe, and incredibly effective way. Ever felt like investing is only for people who are already rich? Or that the stock market is just a big casino? Or maybe you tried watching finance YouTubers and ended up more confused than before? You're not alone. A lot of us were never taught how money works. And most financial advice out there is filled with jargon, fancy charts, and hidden fees. That's the problem J.L. Collins solves. His book is like a conversation with a smart uncle who actually cares about you and wants you to win, not sell you some overpriced course. So welcome to the Winning Journey, investors. Here's what we're gonna do. I'll walk you through the core ideas of the simple path to wealth and show you how it can completely change the way you think about money, investing, and financial freedom. Let's get into it. The problem: we've been lied to about money. Let's get one thing straight. Wall Street wants you to think you're too dumb to handle your own money. They want you to believe that you need experts, advisors, active managers, fancy funds, and complicated strategies. Why? Because they make money off of your confusion. And most people fall for it. J.L. Collins says, don't. Instead, he shows you a system so simple, it almost feels like cheating. Because when you zoom out and look at what actually works over decades, not just months or years, the truth becomes super obvious. Low-cost index funds beat almost everything else. That's the core of the book. The foundation. Spend less than you earn, invest the rest. It all starts here. It's basic, but people skip it. If you want to build wealth, you have to live below your means. Save a good chunk of what you earn. JL suggests aiming for 50% of your income if you can. Sound crazy? Maybe. But the higher your savings rate, the faster you reach financial freedom. Here's the simple math. Save 10%, you'll work 50+ years. Save 50%, you could be done in 15 to 20 years. So step 1 is simple. Spend less, save more. Now, what do you do with those savings? The strategy. Buy VTSAX and chill. J.L. Collins isn't trying to impress anyone. He says, forget trying to time the market, forget stock picking, forget day trading. Instead, just buy this one fund, VTSAX, Vanguard Total Stock Market Index Fund. This single fund owns a tiny piece of almost every publicly traded company in the US. You're instantly diversified. And because it's an index fund, the fees are rock bottom. And that's huge. Here's why fees matter. If your mutual fund charges a 1% annual fee, it might not sound like much. But over 30 to 40 years, that can literally cut your final results in half. With VTSAX, the expense ratio is around 0.04%. Basically nothing. And guess what? This simple strategy beats 80 to 90% of actively managed funds over time. So, yeah. Buy VTSAX. Keep buying it. Don't stop. Of course, this is what J.L. Collins said in his books. Be careful before buying any kind of stocks, even the one you think are the most safe. However, as we said before, it's enough proven how investing consistently in index has made many people wealthier. Why simplicity wins. Let's go ahead. JL's philosophy is, the simpler your system, the easier it is to stick with. Complicated systems break when things get emotional, like when the market crashes and everyone freaks out. With a simple setup, you remove emotion. You make decisions once and automate everything. You invest on autopilot. You don't need to watch the news. You don't need to time anything. You don't even need to check your balance every week. In fact, JL's advice when the market tanks? Do nothing. Keep buying. Because the market always recovers. And when it does, the people who stayed calm get rewarded. Debt. Kill it fast. J.L. Collins is clear on this. Debt is the enemy. especially high-interest debt like credit cards. Before you even start investing seriously, pay off all your consumer debt. He calls it a financial emergency, and he's right. The math is simple. If your credit card charges 18% interest, paying it off is like getting an 18% guaranteed return. There's no investment that is safe or that profitable. So before you do anything fancy, kill your debt. Anyway, there are many ways to use smart debt. For sure, we're going to talk of this in a video, the FU money concept. This is where it gets fun. JL introduces a powerful idea called FU money. It's not about retiring early or quitting your job tomorrow. It's about having enough that you're not scared. Enough that if your boss turns into a jerk, you can walk away. Enough that if life throws something at you, you're fine. FU money gives you control, and control gives you peace. Even having a few months of expenses saved up can change your whole mindset. Financial independence. It's closer than you think. JL's version of financial freedom is simple. When your investments generate enough income to cover your living expenses, you're free. That's it. You don't have to be a millionaire. You don't need to live in Bali. You just need your investments to throw off enough income to cover your needs. So how do you know when you're done? Simple rule of thumb. You need 25 times your annual expenses invested. If you spend $40,000 a year, multiply that by 25. That's $1 million. Invested in VTSAX, that gives you a 4% withdrawal rate, which, according to research, is safe enough to last basically forever. This is called the 4% rule, and it's one of the most powerful ideas in the book. The psychology side. Money is simple. People are not. That's why JL spends time talking about emotions, fear, greed, panic. He says you don't need to be perfect. You just need a system that works even when you're imperfect. That's the magic of automation. Set up automatic transfers into your investment account every month. Don't wait to feel ready. Just let the system run, because the real enemy isn't the stock market, it's your own habits. Real talk. This isn't about getting rich quick. JL is honest. This isn't a get-rich-quick book. It's a get-rich-slowly but surely book. It's boring, it's steady, it's predictable, but it works. And most importantly, it frees up your brain. When you stop worrying about money all the time, you can finally focus on living your life. That's the point. Not yachts, not crypto, not hustle culture, freedom, simplicity, peace. Recap: the simple path in a nutshell. Here's an easy recap. 1. Spend less than you earn. 2. Save and invest the difference. 3. Use VTSAX or a total stock market index fund. 4. Avoid debt. 5. Stay the course even when the market drops. 6. Aim for financial independence, not flashy wealth. It's that simple. But simple doesn't mean easy. It takes discipline, patience, and trust in the long-term game. Stick with it, and the results will blow your mind.